everybody, this is Robbie Parker, and I'm going to be joined by Big D from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews and the movie Wizard of Oz himself, Malcolm Cooper. And we're going to be doing a review of the 2017 movie Cars 3. So before I get into my part, I'm going to let my guests do their parts first. So first up, this time I'm going to let Malcolm do it first, so take it away, Malcolm.
Hi guys, it's me, Malcolm, the movie Wizard of Oz himself, and I'm here discussing a review of one of my favorite Pixar movies, which has been 4 years since it came out on this day, and is the third sequel from Pixar for one of my greatest movies ever from Pixar. Cars 3. So, this talks about Lightning McQueen being blindsided by a new generation of racers. Like a new race car named Jackson Storm, played by Armie Hammer. You might know him from Mirror Mirror, The Social Network, and the Call Me By Your Name. So he's been pushed out for the sport he loves. But to get back in the game, he needs help of a young racing technician, Cruz Ramirez, played by the voice of Cristela Ramirez. Oh, sorry, my bad. Cristela Alonso. Plus inspiration from an old friend, Doc Hutchins. Now, this movie was quite intense, though. I really do admire it. Oh, but not only we get to see Cristela and Armie Hammer, but also we get to see a new character, Sterling, the sponsor for Rusty's Racing Center, played by the voice of Nathan Fillion. You might all know him as Mal from Serenity and Firefly, and the new ABC show, The Rookie. And speaking of ABC, we also got Kerry Washington from Scandal, who plays Natalie Certain. Oh, and we also saw Chick Hicks again, that douchebag who, well, you know what he did in the first movie. Yeah, turns out he has his own show now, and he gets to talk shade about Lightning McQueen much. Now, this movie finds Lightning McQueen to get a comeback of winning again, trying to get his mojo back. You know what I mean? But he did saw a potential racer from Cruz, how at first that she doesn't know how to race, but actually Lightning McQueen helps her. Talk about the student becoming the master. I really do admire it. But I really do admire how we could see more of Doc Hutchins, played by the late Paul Newman. God rest his soul. What are the odds that we get to hear his voice again, considering he died, 9 years after this movie came out. But turns out it was just archive footage to make that magic happen. Dang. Oh, where was I? And I really do admire the final race, though. It really showed some awesome stuff from not only Lightning, but also from Cruz, how we get to see her first race, and I must say she did it flawlessly. I mean, I absolutely love the new moves that Lightning taught her, like the turn right to the left. That was awesome. She did it to a T. I mostly love it how she finally beat Jackson. That was awesome.
Now shut up and drive.
Oh, it was amazing. I really do admire how it ended, though. I do believe this is my awesome new favorite, other than Cars 2. Okay, guys. So, for my score for Cars 3, I do believe this was beautiful. I always do admire the cinematography, the visual effects of it, and all that jazz. So I think I'll give this one, a 10. Definitely a 10. Okay guys, I guess that's it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and be sure you all stay safe, stay healthy, and wear forget that last part. And don't forget to see Luca on this Friday on Disney Plus. Bye.
Thank you, Malcolm. It was great to have you on here as always. I always enjoy collaborating with you. And now it's Big D's turn, so take it away, Big D.
Hey everyone, this is the Big D, and I'm going to be collabing with my friend Robbie Parker as we talk about Disney and Pixar's 2017 sports comedy adventure flick, Cars 3. Now, in this installment of the Cars franchise, Lightning McQueen is now a veteran race car and racing legend and must prove that he's still competitive against the next generation of technology-advanced racers with the help of a young technician named Cruz. The reason is that they're doing this to prevent a forced retirement from the piston cut and prove that he's the best race car in the world. Now, I've seen Cars 3 a few times, and I'm going to say this is a much bigger improvement over the last film, as critics say, because this film is pretty good, especially with what it has to offer. The film was praised for its animation, story, and emotional depth, and it was considered an improvement over the last film by critics. And I must say that I do agree, this is very good. Now, unlike the last film, they brought back Randy Newman on board to do the film's score, like with the first film, because this one went back to the basics of the first film, whereas the second one kind of took a little bit of a different one. The film's soundtrack also included new songs from artists such as Dan Auerbach, Tom Petty, and Brad Paisley even. The voice acting cast is pretty good too. We have Owen Wilson back as Lightning McQueen, as well as Tony Shalhoub as Luigi, Guido Guaroni as Guido, Bonnie Hunt as Sally, and of course Larry the Cable Guy as Mayor. Of some of the new voices added include Cristela Alonso as Cruz Ramirez, does a real good job, and Chris Cooper as Smokey, Doc Hudson's former mechanic and crew chief who helps out Lightning and Cruz. Also, there's Armie Hammer who voices Jackson Storm, Lightning's new racing rival. Plus, there's lots of other voices including Kerry Washington, Margot Martindale, and many others. Anyway, while the last one was fine, despite it had a different story and mostly focused on Mater, Cars 3 took this franchise back to basics and focusing on Lightning a little more. And I appreciate what they did. I think this was a big redemption for the series. Also, I do like some of the new places it goes to do in different scenes, like the little scene where they face off against that big buzz and what have you. That was pretty cool. That was Miss Fritter. But of the whole, I found Cars 3 to be pretty decent and what have you. It may not be one of the best Disney and Pixar has given to us, but at least this was a big redemption over the last film with its humor, animation, and emotional depth. So, in the end, I think Cars 3 is worth watching. If you weren't satisfied with the second film, I'd say go for this one. This is pretty good. I think you could watch this and the first one back to back, but you be the judge. I mean, it has a great cast and great character, just like usual. And of course, also, its soundtrack is good too. So, Cars 3 is not too bad. It may have been the lowest grossing film in the franchise, but at least it was a big step up from the previous film. So thank you for making me a part of this, Robbie, and until our next collab, this is the Big D saying see ya.
Thank you, Big D. It was great to have you on here as always. I always enjoy collaborating with you and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my part. I think this is a really fun and enjoyable movie. It's a great sequel to the original Cars movie and everything. If you ignore Cars 2, this one goes really good with the first one and everything. It's a really good direct sequel to that first movie and everything. And Lightning McQueen is the most likable in this movie than he is in any of the movies. And he does have his moments where he's still kind of a jerk, but for the 90% of the movie, he's really, really likable and stuff, and you actually want to root for him and see him get back into the racing and stuff. Like, they do a good job with his character and everything. I love his determination. And his relationship with Cruz is also really awesome and well written too and everything. And I think Cruz is one of the best characters in the franchise too. She's a very welcomed addition to this franchise. Now, I love how McQueen's story mirrors that of his mentor, Doc Hudson, and stuff. I thought that was really cool and everything. I love that they were able to bring Doc back with unused recordings and everything from the late Paul Newman. I thought that was really cool and stuff. There's a lot of new likable characters introduced in here too, especially Cruz. Like I said, she's just really, really great. I also liked Cal too, even though he's just a small role. He's like the son of the king from the first movie and everything, but he's pretty good too. The animation is gorgeous in here. I think that it has some of the best animation in the franchise for sure. Although I will say, even though Cars 2 was not a very good movie, it had really good animation and everything. Some of it was a little too lifelike, and this one still carries on that lifelike animation that you kind of expect from Pixar during this era. But I love the crash scene and how the movie took it seriously and everything. It really helped shape the character's story and everything. I really like that too. Like, they didn't really stray from the effect that the wreck had on Lightning McQueen and everything. I like that too. And I'm glad that Lightning McQueen is back as the main character and everything. He was really sidelined in the first movie, and even though Lightning isn't one of my favorite Pixar characters, I would much prefer the Cars movies to be about him than Mater and stuff, and everything. So I really like that, and I really love the excellent journey that this movie takes him on and how it brings his character from the first movie full circle and stuff. Like, I really like a lot of the stuff they did with him in this movie and everything. And Lightning was always one of those characters I was never crazy for as a kid and stuff, but like, this movie made me kind of appreciate him a lot more. As far as negatives go, I will say that while I'm definitely glad Mater isn't the main character, I do wish he had a tiny bit more of screen time. Like, he's barely in this movie. Like, they barely show him or the other characters of Radiator Springs that we loved in the first movie and stuff. And I would have liked to see them in there more, although there really wasn't a lot for them to do in the story. This is definitely more Lightning's story and everything, and it makes more sense why they're not in it as much, but I do wish that they could have, at least Mater and Sally could have had a little bit more to do and stuff, and everything. But that's really the main thing. Like my biggest negative for Cars 2 was that Mater was the main character, and my biggest negative for this movie is that he's not in the movie enough. It's like Cars 1 really showcased Mater perfectly, where he was not in the movie too much, but he was in there just enough to get some laughs and do what he needed to do and stuff, and what he should have been written for. But I didn't want him to be like a background character either, like they did with this movie. But all in all, Cars 3 is a great movie. I actually think it's one of the best movies in the Cars franchise. I don't know if I'd say it's as good as the first movie, but it's definitely better than the second. A huge step up from the second one. One of the biggest step-ups for a sequel in the history of cinema for me and everything, because of how bad Cars 2 is. Like it, and every time I watch Cars 2 since this movie's came out, I just like it less, like, and everything. But in some ways I like this one a little bit more than the first one, but a lot of ways I don't too, because I'm starting to get the nostalgia for the first one as well, which nostalgia doesn't always mean great, but like, you know how it is. But this one has a lot of heart, some really good laughs and stuff. It's a fun ride and everything. Like I said, it's a big redeemer for the franchise. One of my favorite parts in the movie is the when they're doing the mud racing scene. That scene is just awesome and stuff. But like this movie is pretty good. So Cars 3, I'd give a 9 out of 10. It's easily the best movie in the Cars franchise, but it's also not one of the best Pixar movies either, for sure. It's just okay. It's good and everything. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Cars 3, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.
Yeah.